Happy Republic Day for everyone. 75 years of Constitution. If we want to celebrate, we have to celebrate the Republic Day. If anyone asks me whether it is Independence Day or Republic Day, why? Because the independence will be sustained if we follow Constitution. Why? Because independence is an event, whereas Republic Day is a story, it's a legacy. So independence will be continued if we follow Constitution. So that much important, the Constitution. So happy Republic Day everyone. And with this, and today's session is mainly focused upon how to plan another 100 and odd days, 110 days in order to clear the prelims examination. So with lot of time and with lot of exercise, with lot of investment of time, I am coming up with this particular master plan. So in this particular master plan, I am going to give you some themes, how to identify the themes, and from the themes how we can understand what type of questions they asked or they might ask. So I will start. So see, you know that the first thing, the UPSC examination, as I tell every time, it is mains examination is the original UPSC examination. It is not the prelims examination. So 5 mantras for your entry to mains. So what basic things you have to do? You know, but still I will tell you, then I will go into the original program. Why? Because without talking about preamble, I cannot go into the Constitution. So without talking about the PYQs, I cannot go inside. So first and the foremost important is previous year's questions. Not all previous year's questions. From 2014, when the pattern has been changed, from 2014 to 2023, compulsory you have to do 10 years of PYQs. Number 1. Only with respect to history, and polity, not geography also, not economy also, not any other subject. History compulsory, go with 20 years of PYQ, rest all 10 years of PYQs is enough, number 1. Number 2, there is something called as Big Four: polity, economy, history, geography. Polity, economy, history, geography. These Big Four subjects compulsory will play a major role. We cannot neglect this Big Four. And the static syllabus in this polity, economy, history, geography should be linked with current affairs. Like how, sir? Like how? For example, if we talk about vice president, nowadays from last 2-3 months, vice president is very much in the news. Why? Because little bit his actions, his attire, his gestures are little bit different. Because of which opposition party is making fun of Vice President of India for the first time. In the history of India, a Vice President was being made fun based upon his personal attire, based upon his physical thing, based upon his way of talking. A constitutional post was being made as a fun. So hence it is in the news. Then you have to understand about, you have to go with respect to Vice President. What is happening around? Third, current affairs. Current affairs means what, sir? Contemporary issues. What is happening around? Current affairs with respect to contemporary issues. How we can understand? For example, OPEC is there. Petroleum Exporting Countries, Organization for Petroleum Exporting Countries. One country left OPEC recently. Which country? One country from Africa. One country left from OPEC. One African country left from OPEC. Which country? Angola is one country from Africa which left OPEC. So what is OPEC? What is the organization of OPEC? What is the composition of OPEC? To become member of OPEC, what minimum criteria we have to have? So these all things we have to cover. So in that way we have to do current affairs plus contemporaries. And the fourth, revision, and the fifth, mock tests. How? This is index. This I will be opening up. First, PYQs. So whoever does these 5 things, whoever performs these 5 exercises, there is higher probability that they might clear the prelims. Just repeat these things. PYQ, static syllabus with special focus on thematic topics, current affairs plus contemporary issues, revision, read, reread and reread plus mock tests. First, PYQs. So index first topic is PYQs. So when I go into the previous year question, how I made PYQs, I will show you. See, for example, see here, ancient history, this I will be sharing soon. Topic is Buddhism. That is the topic. We will go down. Terms, based upon term, 2016 question. Books, based upon the books of ancient history also, there is a question in 2016. Indus Valley Civilization. Revenue terms, on revenue terms, there is a question in the year 2019. Harappan sites, based upon the Harappan sites, there is one question. Ports in ancient India. Revenue terms repeated 2 times. Revenue terms repeated 2 times. Personalities in ancient history. Terms repeated. Earlier also I saw, now also I saw. So UPSC is focusing more on ancient history terms. UPSC is focusing more upon ancient history revenue terms. Power regions, power centers in ancient history. Sites, personalities, again it is repeated. Books, again it is repeated, 2022. Art and culture, language, means identify the themes. This particular theme was been asked for more than 2 times. What type of question they asked? Based upon language. So, for example, here language is there. Then what we have to do? Official language we have to do. National language we have to do. Classical language we have to do. Scheduled languages we have to do. So, everything with respect to language. If you are covering language, means you have to cover all the aspects of language. Art and culture. Paintings, monuments, posts, personalities, monuments, means previous year question, you need to solve every question topic wise. The theme based, language based, art and culture, paintings based, art and culture, monuments based, art and culture, literature based, art and culture, ancient, power centers, chronology, 4 times they repeated. If on the same PDF, if I put Control F and put chronology, nearly 6 questions came. 6 questions they asked on chronology. Which dynasty after which dynasty? You need to solve every question topic wise. Do last 10 years for all subjects, but for history it should be 20 years. Understand the way questions were being asked, means how they want to ask the question. We have to understand that. It's not only about, for example, classical languages. Why? Because we were been discussing about language. What is classical language? Which language will get called as classical language? There will be some criteria. Okay. If these criteria are satisfied, then the language will get classical language status. Next question. Who will give classical language status? Number 2. Which language has got classical language status? Okay. Then if I get classical language status, what are the benefits I am going to get? That's it. So for every topic also a similar format. What should be the criteria to get classical language? Who will give classical language? What are the classical languages? What are I am going to get if I get classical language? In that way, in PYQs, we have to identify that theme. We have to identify that topic if you want to clear the prelims. PYQs means blindly we should not do. Why he will ask? If PYQ is repeated in the exam, means question paper leak, no. Then everyone will clear the examination. It is not that we have to do PYQ. We have to understand. We should not do PYQ. We have to understand the PYQs. We have to understand the PYQ and we have to solve the PYQ from the perspective of today's. Last full length test you would writing should be full length previous year papers. Here we can help you by providing all, we are going to provide you PYQ sorted things. We are making now all the PYQ sorted topic wise, theme wise. As a team we are going to sort it and we are going to give it to you. Number 1, PYQs has been solved. Number 2, we will see. But again, this is not thumb rule. Same format it will come means no, I will tell. But we will understand. It is not a thumb rule. Most of the questions they asked from. Again I am telling that this won't be repeated, but still 15, 2022. Ancient history, see the size increasing. 1, 2, 1, increase 2, 2023, 4 questions came. History 12, in this 12 questions of 2023, 4 questions are from ancient history. Art and culture 3, 4, 6, 5, 5, 4 means emphasis on ancient history and art and culture is more. Why? Because the present government is more emphasizing on history. The present government is emphasizing more on history, more emphasizing on cultures. That means we have to work on art and culture and history. Medieval history 4, 1, 1, 5, 3, 4, 6. Modern history 8, 6, 7, 12, 5, 8, 4. Modern history 4. But in history again this year, last year 2023, out of 12, 4 were been there. Modern history was been also asked 4 questions. I will tell you one benefit. Ancient history, medieval history, art and culture are complete googly type of questions. Why? Because they are dependent upon what? Terms, revenue terms, personalities, we might miss. So accuracy will be very less of knowing in ancient history, medieval and art and culture. So where we have to focus more, sir? We have to focus more on modern India. So in the history, which part we have to focus more? Modern India. But what is happening nowadays? Most of the aspirants thinking most of the questions are coming from art and culture, ancient, medieval, they are focusing more on this terms, revenue terms and trying to remember, leaving modern India. Modern India will give more marks. Why? Because modern India is limited. Modern India is fixed. Ancient and medieval is not fixed. One thing we have to understand. So, when you are studying history, rather than focusing more, you have to focus. First, we will complete our priority topics. The priority topic is what? Modern India. Similarly, we go for geography and agriculture. Geography. Everyone will study geography, but in the final examination, the questions will be from agriculture. The geography and agriculture, 16. Geography is 14. Length has been increased, not geography questions, but the questions on agriculture. 2021, 2022, 2023, 3 years, one question is common, minimum support price, MSP. A common question, minimum support price. Agriculture sector, minimum to minimum 3-4 questions are coming from agriculture sector, like soils, yes, part of geography, part of agriculture. So geography means not only geography. Geography means not only Indian geography, world geography, physical geography, now another geography added, which is called as agricultural geography. So the priority in history is modern India, the priority in geography is agriculture geography. I am coming from the blueprint. Polity. The big advantage and the big disadvantage is polity. Seems to be tempting. I know that after keeping, I will come to conclusion that I know not this, another is the answer. I cannot rub it, I cannot erase it. Hence, the chance of getting negative marking is very high in polity. You have to remember this. The chance of getting negative marking is very high in polity. The chance of getting correct is also very high in polity. It depends upon how much subject you have, how much conceptual clarity you have. For example, I will tell you. Simple question. MLCs. MLCs are nominated by the governor from 5 fields. MLCs are nominated by the governor from 5 fields. Social, science, art and literature, and the 5th one is cooperative movement. The cooperative movement is exclusively present only for MLCs. In the options, we can see cooperative movement, we can see scientific experiments or different. But the answer is what? Cooperative movement. The answer will be very near. It might be correct or it might not be correct. So we have to be very careful with which subject means polity subject. So if any question which is there in the polity, we should not tempt and we have to wait 1 minute. So polity is a subject where we have to invest time. So nearly it is 10 questions and last time it is how many? 15 questions. Economy, we have 16 questions. In economy we have 17 questions. Science and technology, 14 questions. We have 10 questions. Science and technology. Again, if you notice, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, from science and technology, which field more number of questions are coming? Biotechnology. We don't know why COVID came, but because of COVID, all biotechnology questions are in UPSC examination. That means anything we are reading across biotechnology means it should be in your notes. Anything we are coming across. The first emphasis is on biotechnology. And in the same second, science and technology, the more number of questions are from space. Because Chandrayaan, Aditya, etc., we are focusing more on exploration. So second is space. But after completion of biotechnology, means first you complete your priorities. The priority in history is modern India. The priority in geography is agriculture. The priority in science and technology is biotechnology. Similarly, miscellaneous, government schemes, programs, these all are current affairs 13, and here it is 10. So target, you see here, there is a chance of 90% accuracy when you have good knowledge on polity, economy, science and technology, international relations. Take this point. The accuracy of 90% when you have a command on polity, economy, science and technology, IR. When you have subject knowledge on this, but how much ever subject knowledge you have on geography, on environment or miscellaneous, there is a chance for negative, making mistakes. But you have a subject knowledge on polity, economy, science and technology and international. I am talking about polity. When you have command over the subject, the chance of negative will reduce. But history, you see, how much ever you study, the questions are sometimes what is the Kakatiya's port, or what is this when we take the water from the well, what it is called as, what is the revenue system which is present with Shatavahanas, means which we cannot remember. Prelims examination. So again from this, when we are prioritizing, we have to have a strong understanding of polity, economy, science and technology and IR, and the most easiest part is science and technology. And the most easiest is science and technology. Why? Because whether you know or you don't know, but most of the aspirants don't read science and technology. They keep aside science and technology. But what should be focused? Science and technology. How, sir? What we have to catch in PYQs? Verbatim. The terms, verbatims, like ports, like revenue terms, like currencies, like sites. Oh, what type of question were been asked in previous examination? What type of words they used? Oh, they are focusing on books. They are focusing on chronology. We have to identify that verbatim. So when you keep in your mind that verbatim, whenever you are reading, that whenever that verbatim comes, you will be alert. Oh, I have to read this. I have to read this. You have to identify that verbatim. That verbatim related similar complex concepts and themes. For example, in polity, what? Constitutionalism. Every year one question will be on liberty or equality or justice or fraternity or constitutional morality. Terms: constitutionalism, constitutional judiciary, constitutional justice. These are the terms which are evolving. For polity, what is the term? Constitutionalism. Similarly, for economy, MSP, money supply. I will show you in the PYQs list which I made. If you put Control F, money supply, nearly 6-7 questions are there. If you put a physical policy, 4-5 questions are there. Oh, means physical policy is that much important. Money supply is that much important. Geopolitical hotspots in the world like Israel and Palestine. Global conventions, you know better than me. Global convention, species, IUCN, endangered, critically endangered. Anyhow, that we have to study. Means we have to identify first in our mind that what are the topics which are more probable. Means first we have to finish those. Similarly, utility of PYQs and other UPSC tests. I am telling you, it is not only the previous year's questions, other UPSC questions also you have to do. every year 2 or 3 questions will be from CDS, Combined Defence Forces exam, Combined Defence Services exam. Compulsory one question or that type of question will be from CAPF question paper. For example, this recently conducted CDS test. Think about this, very interesting question. Which of the following policies help to raise interest rate unambiguously? My question is, why this question should not ask in 2024 prelims? Why? Which of the following policies help to raise interest rates unambiguously and thereby lead to appreciation of currency? What should happen? 2 policies are there: monetary policy, fiscal policy. Monetary policy, fiscal policy. First one, expansionary fiscal and monetary policy, contractionary fiscal and monetary policy, contractionary fiscal policy and expansionary monetary policy, contractionary monetary policy and expansionary fiscal policy. Means first you have to know what is monetary policy, you have to know fiscal policy, you have to know contractionary fiscal policy, expansionary fiscal policy, contractionary monetary policy, expansionary monetary policy. These 4, after knowing this, you have to apply this, whether which condition is responsible for. Why this question should not be asked in prelims 2024? How much time it will consume? First we have to know what is fiscal policy. This is not about this question. We have to understand this. So this type of questions are asked in where UPSC CDS examination. PYQs means again not only PYQs of CSE, PYQ of other exams also. I will not explain this. What is monetary policy, what is fiscal policy, what is contractioner, what is expansion, how it is responsible for raising of interest rates, eventually leading to appreciation of. Means don't go with what is lessons learned. If you are attending 1 hour of class, means something should be a takeaway. You are investing 1 hour of time, I believe like that. 1 hour of time you are investing, something you should take away to your home. What you are taking away means PYQ means not only UPSC CSE PYQ but also UPSC any other exam, CDS, CAPF, any other exam, PYQ also important for you. Next important is static syllabus. What was the first topic? Previous year question. Next is what? Static syllabus. Now I am going to explain about static syllabus. Static syllabus. At any point of time, static weightage will be 60 questions, you're damn sure. From 100 MCQs, 60 MCQs will be concept. If you are strong in big 4, polity, economy, history, geography, you can do 60 MCQs very, very easily. Static. Without foundation, without basics, you cannot build a building. Similarly, the static subjects are polity, economy, history and geography. At least if you are, take my word, at least if you are strong in this big 4, you will clear your prelims. 60 questions you can address. So first you have to strong on polity, history, geography, economy. But what we will do? We will leave all this and we run behind current affairs. We will leave all this and we run behind current affairs. Current affairs is big ocean. Current affairs is good only when you have a concept on this big 4 subjects. Current affairs is important, 100%. But when it is important, when you have the strong foundation on the 4 subjects. Static backed by current affairs would be asked. Strong conceptual basics. We can here help you. Yes, crisp summary notes we will be providing at this particular program. But anyhow, the main thing which I want to tell you is big 4, polity, economy, history, geography. Take this point. When you are strong on this 4, yes, you have to worry about current affairs, but without not completing thematic topics, importance. Around 60 questions will wander around 120 topics. Buddhism, Jainism, Indus Valley civilization, Constitution, Constitution, evolution of Constitution, compulsory one question, Then in modern India, 1909 or 1919 or 1935 or 1947, compulsory one question will be there. Features of Constitution, one question will be there. Fundamental rights, one question will be there. DPSP or fundamental duties, one question will be there. Parliament functioning, 2 questions will be there. These are what? most 120 topics we can make the list, and when you become perfect on these 120 topics, you are going to attempt 60 questions. Why 60 questions, sir? Why 60 questions? Because that is a compulsory knowledge which any civil servant should have on agriculture, on soil, on MSP, on biotechnology, on space. So you have to make a list first of all. Inflation compulsory, one question will be there. Money supply, one question will be there. Fiscal policy, one question will be there. Monetary policy, one question will be there. In economic survey, not economic survey, in economic survey, one subject will be there. On human development, compulsory one topic will be there. Government schemes, 4 or 5 questions will be there. How I should do, sir? Take a book, diary. These are 120 topics. In 120 topics, again you make on heading, index, 120 topics, 120 pages. In this first topic, these are all the subtopics. Second topic, these are all the subtopics. Third topic, these are all the subtopics. Tick mark, I read this, I read this, I read this, I read this, I read this. Yes, in 120 topics, one topic completed. Second day, second topic completed. Third day, third topic completed. Apart from your other exercises, your own exercise. And this is, you have to do revision, Everything we cannot do revision. This compulsory we have to do revision, but the chance of getting question is very high. How to do polity, sir? The big question. How to do polity? You make like this. If it is visible, fine. If it is not visible, I will explain it. What you do? These all are non-constitutional bodies. NHRC, SHRC, CIC, Central Information Commission, State Information Commission, Central Vigilance Commission, Lokpal, National Investigation Agency, non-constitutional bodies these all are. National Disaster Management Authority, CBI, Niti Aayog. For all the bodies, I am just giving you a hint. How they are been appointed. How they are appointed. For their appointment, one committee will be there, appointment committee. That appointment committee constitutes of what? What is their tenure? This person, NHRC, SRC, this person's tenure. And what is his removal? How he can be removed? What is the composition of that commission? And what are the remarks? Any update? So like this, I made for non-constitutional bodies, which covering NHRC, SHRC, CIC, SIC, CVC, Lokpal, NIA, NDMA, CBI, Niti Aayog. If you have for constitutional bodies, if you have for statutory bodies, if you have executive bodies, then again in the Ministry of Finance, what are all the bodies you have? Regulatory bodies, all the regulatory bodies. Once upon a time there was a question on Food Safety Standards Authority of India. Compulsory there will be question on regulatory bodies like Insurance Regulatory, IRDA, Pension Regulatory, PFRDA, Stock Exchange Regulatory, SEBI, Agriculture Finance, NABARD, Rural Development and Agriculture Finance, NABARD, Housing Controller, National Housing Bank. These all are what? Regulatory bodies. Compulsory there will be a question. Which question? What is the regulatory nowadays coming up? Consumer Protection Act. What is that act called as? Protection Authority. Which protection authority? Central Consumer Protection Authority recently gave norms for coaching centers. Central Consumer Protection Authority guidelines are given. Compulsory there will be a question. So all the regulatory bodies you have to make like this. You have to simplify your preparation. In this way you have to do your polity. Economy. Similar for economy also. As I told you, economy questions. We will see. You just identify economy PYQs, 2015 economy PYQs, terms or topics, monetary, CPI inflation, FC physical, finance commission, GDP, concept oriented, regulation acts, monetary policy, pricing, agriculture pricing on budget, on trade, on inflation, 2015. On monetary policy, inflation, monetary, GDP, again GDP repeated. Banking, trade, international finance or international organizations, green box, that WTO, international monetary and financial committees, international financial organizations, budget, finance, 2016, next year it went. Banking, 2016, awareness about bitcoins. At that time it was bitcoins was a new thing. In which year? 2016 it was a new thing, bitcoins was. See, again trade came. Then 2017 on committee, which committee? Monetary Policy Committee. 2017 Monetary Policy Committee was been constituted for the first time. Yeah, he asked about Monetary Policy Committee. 2017 awareness means knowledge, general awareness. Intellectual property rights. Every year favorite question for UPSC. Intellectual property rights. Banking. Economic policies of 1991. Then we will go for 2018. Wait. 2018 banking, monetary policy means, where I have to focus more upon. Why? Because they are continuing the same trend. So economy is not tough, they are continuing the same trend. They are asking 2-3 questions on banking, they are asking 2-3 questions on fiscal policy, 2-3 questions on general awareness, like what is happening around, like bitcoins or unified interface they asked about, UPI, payment interface. Similarly, this is 2018, then 2019 banking. 2019, what is the question? What was the purpose of inter-creditor agreement signed by Indian banks? And banking question. The chairman of public sector banks are selected by minimum support price, trade, banking, monetary policy. 2019, whether the topics are changing or the topics are same, means we are not identifying. We have to enter into the shoes of the person who is making the question paper. Compulsory you have to do economic survey, compulsory you have to do budget. And economic survey budget you should not do like an homework. Economic survey, in that the terms which are coming out, the new concepts which are coming out, the chronological evolution of Indian economy in agriculture sector, in trade sector, in industrial sector, in service sector, in manufacturing sector, we have to understand that paradigm. Science and technology. First is biotechnology. Blindly biotechnology. Second is space. Most important, most predictable topics. International relations, international events, geography and agriculture. In this, agriculture should be given highest importance. History. First you have to do what? Modern India. First you have to do modern India. Then after modern India you have to go art and culture. Then you have to go for ancient India. Then you have to go for medieval India. At least we can predict here. These both are completely unpredictable. Environment, yes, you will go with IUCN, you will go with species, miscellaneous topics which are current affairs oriented, and mainly current affairs strategy. You have to start your current affairs. How a proper plan should be there with my experience I am telling you. Generally, anywhere you are preparing. The preparation for prelims, who are not confident in prelims, who didn't clear prelims last 2-3 times, then they have to sit from January 1st only. If they didn't sat, then they have to start. January and February you have to properly do your polity, economy, history, geography, big 4. You have to complete your big 4. When you are confident about your big 4, by February 15th you have to start your current affairs. If you are little bit veteran, I am telling you, if you are little bit veteran, means you are into the coaching or you are into the classes since 1 year or 1.5 years, no need to read newspaper. Just skim the newspaper. Go through the newspaper. Oh, this, what are the news items it is coming? Just pick the news items, go to the Google, understand it. If it is more important, write in your notes. Time is everything. The most precious thing on the earth is time. Nothing can replace. So reading newspaper 2 hours, no waste. Or some students will be there, they will make the newspaper in front and they will write. They can take Xerox, no? One by one, no, not required. The topic we have to identify, you have to lift the topic, go to the internet, put in the Google box, enter it and get the information. What is relevant information? That information is important, that should be in your notes. So 2 hours of time will reduce to nearly 30 minutes or 40 minutes. And from February 15th, if you are strong enough, from February 15th, from March 1st onwards, exclusive current affairs. This is most fearful part in one's prelims preparation. Why? Because current affairs is ocean. Every day 1000 current affairs will happen. Whatever happens is a current affair only, no? Whatever happens across is a current affair. 2 days before it was Ayodhya, from yesterday it is Jnanavapi. 2 days before it was Ayodhya and yesterday onwards it is Jnanavapi. Day after tomorrow, whether Jnanavapi story will finish, no, another story will start. So current affairs will come up. Your strategy is to cover last 1 year current affairs. For example, if you are going to write your 2024 May exam, then compulsory you have to start your current affairs from July. July to May 10th. July 1st to May 10th should be your current affairs preparation. Exclusive 10 months, 10 days of current affairs properly you have to do. Last 1 year means approximately from July 1st, 2023 to May 10th, 2024, 15 days before your exam. One subject along with static part. And how to make, sir? Now onwards, if you anyone want to make, don't make day wise, make subject wise. Subject wise current affairs. Again, not full paragraph, only bullet points. Bullet points current affairs you have to make from now onwards. At least daily 1 hour to not more than 1 hour. Current affairs which are highly in news, which are focus areas of government of India, like Ukraine border issues or 3 vaccine questions due to COVID vaccines, green hydrogen 2023, 2 questions are from green hydrogen. As if they don't have questions. 2 questions they asked from green hydrogen only. Refer the 2023 last year question paper. 2 questions are from green hydrogen. As if they are not getting any question. Why they asked? Because government of India is aggressively going for green hydrogen fuel. Asked about what is green hydrogen, red hydrogen, different varieties of hydrogen fuels are there. Means which are current affair related. We are going up with what is happening with respect to the government in current affairs that we have to do. For that what we have to study, sir? I will tell you. For that, government schemes from when? The government which got established from 2019 onwards. The new government it is. Same government but new government. From 2019 government onwards, what are all the government schemes came? These all government schemes you have to remember. Government missions. There will be missions like National Fuel Policy missions or National Edible Oil missions, policies, strategies, legislations also, same. Rules like solid waste management rules, electronic waste management rules. What are all the new rules which are been given by the new government? Rules. So current affairs means this is current affairs. Government of India point of view. All the government schemes completed, you should get confidence. Yes, I completed my government schemes. I completed my missions. I completed my policies. I completed my strategies. I completed my legislations. I completed my rules. This is current affairs. Next current affairs. Similarly, environment, declarations. We have G20 meeting. In G20 meeting, we have a New Delhi declaration. What is New Delhi declaration? What is the declaration which came from New Delhi? New Delhi declaration, Beijing declaration, Brasilia declaration, Shanghai declaration. There are new declarations which came from last 1 year. All the declarations should be in your notes. Declarations. Next, indices, reports, their observations, indices, reports, observations, the report of World Economic Forum, the report of World Bank, the reports and indices. Other than that, these are international level. Declarations, indices and reports. We will be this C. For current affairs, for that you should also have a practice test, and that practice test also you need to have a discussions. If you do like this, obviously you are going to get good marks. Then revision strategy. Fourth is what? Previous year questions, static syllabus, current affairs. Next is what? Revision strategy. Compulsory. By May 24th, 2024, 3 times properly you have to do revision, not by hearting, understanding. Minimum 3 times if you completed your revision means you are on par with UPSC. You have to plan your preparation like that. By March 31st, you have to complete your reading. April, second revision. Already you read the same thing you are reading. Then March 1st to March 20th, May 1st to May 20th, second revision, third revision. April month completely second revision. Other than your tests, revision means from morning to night, not in your timetable. According to the timetable, the revision also should go. Make sure you revise complete at least 3 times. Get ready your last week revision notes, whether self or institution made or open sourced. Plan revisions such that they are aligned with your mock test plan. Mistakes correction revision tests are very, very important. Don't panic if you can't remember things. It's better if you don't remember things when you are doing revision. No need to panic. Again you read. Again you read. The most important is never we should panic with respect to our preparation. Never we should panic. Okay, let it go. Again you read. Again you read. So revision minimum 3 times. And the most important part, and the most important part is this: mock tests. I am telling you openly. General studies means I am talking about GS 1, 2, 3. If you don't write answer writing practice also, no problem if you clear prelims. Not at all a problem. Why? Because you have to go and you have to just vomit and you have to come on to the examination. Means you have to just write bullet points and you have to come. You will not have time. GS1, GS2, GS3. So you have to do answer writing practice for what? Ethics paper, essay paper, optional paper. So mock tests are important for ethics, essay, optional. Similarly, mock tests are very, very important for prelims. It's all about practice. Sir, how we have to do, sir? I will tell you. We will plan what we will do. Sir, 120 minutes. So within 30 minutes, first 10 minutes I will go through all the questions. Then which I know I will tick, which I don't know I will not tick. Then after 10 minutes, then again I will come to the second, which I ticked with one symbol will be star, another symbol will be double star, another symbol will be triple star. So I will go with first star, then I will go with double star, then I will go with triple star. The star only will take. I had a strategy. In 2 hours of time, why I am telling now only I am telling you, because in 2 hours of time, in the very first hour, 60 minutes, you go through all the questions. With 90% accuracy, attempt 40 questions. Again, it will change according to the question paper pattern, toughness of the paper, but randomly I am telling, near to the reality. Not 100% near, but near to the reality. 40 MCQs you solve within 60 minutes. Then next 30 minutes, where you have some doubt, 50% accuracy. There you go and search for another 20 MCQs. Another 30 minutes, go with another 20 MCQs. The best attempt should be not less than 70, not more than 90. It should be between 70 to 90. It should be between 70 to 90. Sir, how I can do in the examination hall? Now you listen. The same you have to follow in your weekly tests. It should become habit. This pattern you should not use only in final exam, then it will be a disaster. In your weekly tests which you are doing, from now itself you have to practice it. So what will happen? The judgment which you make in the final examination, you will have a practice. The judgment which will make in the final examination, for that judgment of correcting what is correct and what is wrong, you will have in the mock test itself. So same format, what you are going to do on May 25th, you have to practice for every week. Same as if final test. Within 1 hour, how many are correct? Next 30 minutes, how many are correct? Next 30 minutes, how many are correct? Every weekly test you have to take in the serious format. Then obviously the final test is going to be in the same format, and 5 minutes before only you can complete your. That is the reason when you practice CSAT test, I am telling you, CSAT test, if you are practicing anywhere or here or anywhere else, practice CSAT test only from 2 to 4 p.m. When you are practicing CSAT test, you have to practice from 2 to 4 p.m. only. If wherever you are writing test series, for example, if they keep at morning 9 o'clock, don't write there. Tell them, sir, keep it from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Why? Because we should adapt to the, if AC room they are giving, don't, sir, please remove AC. Why? Because you are going to have the center where, in government school, where the bench will shake, where we have to put paper before the exam start. After paper we put also, again it will move here and there, and when we are circling it, pen will go inside. What happened? Why? Because for bench there will be holes. This all practice we have to do. Mock test strategy, how many questions to attempt I told, how many sectional and full length tests you have to do, how to attempt in 2-3 rounds, Elimination technique. This is a very big lie. This is a very big lie. This is YouTube University. They teach how to do elimination. It will not work out. Only the conceptual clarity will work out. In the rarest of the rare cases only it might, but don't go with elimination. Read one by one, one by one, one by one, one by one. Compulsory your answer will become correct. But if you go for elimination technique, it's like a bad habit. What? Short-term success. It is like a short-term success. It won't work for big exams like UPSCs. Like for group 3 or group 4 small exams, there will be some shortcuts, mathematical shortcuts. These mathematical shortcuts will not work for UPSC. Common sense is the key. Common sense is the key. For example, just example, if I want to change, I am the governor. If I want to change the official language in High Court, there is one statement. Governor has the power to change the official language in the High Court. True or false? We will use common sense. Governor, if he is having the power to change the language in High Court, so governor is the agent of central government. Already central government is pro for Hindi language. So central government might recommend governor to implement Hindi language in High Court. So whether people will accept, South Indians will accept? No. So how this unilateral decisions will make? So this statement might be wrong. So it is not the governor, it is the state legislature who will be having the power to decide what language should be used in High Court. Common sense it is. If not, governor will act according to the directions given by center. So it is a unilateral decision which is violation of federal features. So what would be the measure here? The measure would be that state legislature will be having the power to decide what language should be used in judiciary. Why? Because it is a democratic setup. So people's leader will choose what language should be used in High Courts. So where you doesn't know the answer also, just by thinking from democratic point of view also we can get, for example, for some posts debarred from getting any government job after retirement. Will be there or not? Why they will debar? If not, he will do some matlab, so that after retirement he will get some job. So they are debarring from getting job after retirement. So when we don't know the answer also, just by thinking from the common sense perspective also, we can get the answer correct. Again, common sense means what, sir? Common sense is nothing but the intelligence which developed from experience. Asks me, say, what is common sense? Common sense is nothing but the intelligence which developed from experience. As you are reading is what? Experience. So reading, you are getting intelligence. So answer which you are developing is nothing but a common sense answer, which is nothing but intelligence developed because of experience. Commons. So again, one more thing I will tell you. 2023 was a different pattern, but 2022 they asked 1 to 25 polity. They started with polity. 26 to 50 one type of questions. Why? Because 4 sets were been there, A, B, C, D. Then 51 to 75 one set, 76 to 100 another set. So when I see first question from history, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, what is this, sir? So we become panic. Then you have to remember that these are 1 to 25 which are unanswerable. By looking at 4 or 5 questions, you make mind and go to 26, then go to 55, 51, then go to 76. So that which is easy you can attempt, so that your confidence will be generated. 2023 what they did? Someone told to UPSC, sir, they are doing magic, sir. Then what they reduced? 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 31, 31 to 40. So same pattern, minimum 1 to 10 or 1 to 25. So when you don't get the answer, change the pattern. Go to the next level of questions. Go to the next subject of questions. Don't panic if you cannot solve initially. Need of the hour is emotional intelligence. How to analyze tests and to improve your score is most important, and for every weekly test you have to make it very serious. Weekly test you have to practice. Mock test is oxygen for clearing prelims. 99% of the aspirants who cleared prelims is by practicing mocks. I don't know it is true or false, but some people will tell that it might be a myth or it might not be a myth. UPSC will read some contents of big academies and they try to avoid such topics in the question paper. I don't know exactly, but people will tell. So depend upon your own notes by gathering information from other sources. Make your own original content. That content will compulsory help you. In this way, if you move on, then compulsory it will help you. Finally, if you cannot finish your targets, don't worry. Be calm and composed. Take care of your health. Enjoy your preparation. So mainly it is about how much you are enjoying the preparation. We have to enjoy the preparation, then obviously we will get the success. From this all things, what I want to tell you today is, so this particular Vijay Bhava program which we started is exclusively making clear from our perspective such that we put our efforts, at least 90% of our aspirants, of our students should clear the prelims. So we are trying our best such that the questions will be reproduced in the prelims examination. We are trying. If not, the question paper is leaked. I will be in very big problem. We are trying to get most of the questions, and we are going to start the current affairs program also by the last week of February for you, so that all the current affairs related to science and technology, Indian, national, international, government schemes, international relations, reports and indices very quickly with a completely orchestrated format. I will be providing you the PDFs as well as the current affairs as well, which will start in the last week of February. By the time, you people should complete your big four: polity, economy, history and geography. Without completing this, if you read that also waste. Only reading current affairs is also waste. Only reading big four is also waste. It's a combination of all these things. And the most important is CSAT. So practice in your home also. When you are practicing CSAT, you practice from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. You make an habit. Very nice players didn't clear UPSC Prelims because of one thing. As usually I will tell that the original test of UPSC, the original maza of writing UPSC exam is mains. That can happen if you clear prelims. I tell you, it's already high time. Republic Day, January 26th. You keep maximum time for prelims, minimum time for mains till February 28th. Then March 1st onwards exclusively for prelims. Minimum time I means 2:1. 8 hours for prelims, 4 hours for mains till February 28th in the 12 hours of time. Those who are planning for 2024, this is exclusive for 2024 only.